Assalamualaikum, I'm Amir Ariff and today I'll be presenting the research article entitled Watching Subtitled Films Can Help Learning Foreign Languages. It's written by Joan Birules Montane and Salvador Soto Farapo, published in the year 2016 under the journal Public Library of Science 1. So before I start, the words in red color are the one that help me to determine where the elements can be found. So in the introduction section, I managed to identify these elements except for research objective. So the problem is there is a widespread claim in society that watching subtitled films and series implicitly helps learning a second language, but it lacks conclusive scientific evidence. So phrases such as like evidence and experts have mixed opinions are signifying that it is a problem that requires attention and needs to be addressed. The aim is to investigate the potential benefits of watching subtitled media in major aspects of second language learning, such as phonology. So let's look at the literature review for a while. Basically, to summarize, there are several studies that argue subtitles can facilitate other aspects of second language learning, like plot comprehension and vocab acquisition, while other studies argued that between interlingual subtitles and intralingual subtitles, which is far better in facilitating the same aspects of L2 learning. So there are two questions that the research is trying to answer, which is, can viewers learn by linking phonological to lexical information while watching subtitled media in a second language? And if so, what are the most favorable subtitling conditions? So this brings us to the gap that the study is trying to solve. The first one, most of the studies mentioned in the literature review measure vocabulary and plot comprehension, but it neglects actual speech perception, where perceptual learning of phonology takes place. That correlates with the first research question. And the second gap is complementary to Mitterrand and McQueen's 2009 study of their sample. They measured whether subtitles help among advanced ESL learners. But in this study, the authors are looking into the sample of intermediate ESL learners. So Mitterrand and McQueen's study also concluded that intralingual subtitles improve participants' performance, while interlingual and no subtitle harmed it. This correlates to the second research question, to test whether it can it be applied to intermediate ESL learners too. So the hypothesis is that intralingual subtitle is the one that can achieve their aim. And the significance of the research is that in terms of production and understanding, L2 learners are struggling more with phonology rather than other parts of language like vocabulary and syntax. Since this area has been left out from previous studies, this denotes how important to have this research carried out to fill in the gap. Next, for research methodology, the sample is 60 university students of Romance language speakers between the age of 21 to 28 who had studied English through the Catalan school system, where their level is equivalent to B2, which is intermediate. They were only included if they have not watched Downton Abbey before. So the 60 students are divided into three. 20 students are watching it with English subtitles, 20 with no subtitles, and the last 20 with Spanish subtitles. And all of them took a listening test before and after watching the first episode of Downton Abbey. So the data was analyzed by using ANOVA, which is a type of analysis in inferential statistics, and it denotes that this is a quantitative research. So the finding was that watching a TV episode in intralingual subtitles, which is in English, has the most significant improvement in listening scores than no subtitles or interlingual subtitles. So in conclusion, once a learner has reached an intermediate to advanced level of language, the best condition for improving speech perception while watching series or films is listening to the original soundtrack with subtitles in the original language, which is intralingual subtitles. So that's all from me. Thank you.